Okay, we're back for round 12. Number 12, this is the 12th lockdown quiz. Couple of scores coming in from last week, couple of good ones. 24, Josie and Bill, and Davey from Lisburn got a 24, which is a good score. And heard you on the radio the other day, Davey getting a mention. Caroline and Stevie and Rita's doing well in the 20s as well. So hopefully a day we'll see something going over 26, which will be great. Okay, here's the first one. Oh, not to mention the girls from the Shankill Hospice too. They're going well, they're enjoying the quiz. Right, the first one today is the first moon landing. 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Who was the third astronaut? Okay, and the first moon landing in 1969, it was Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Who was the third astronaut? Bit of snow outside, it's cold. Number 2. Right, which movie star was nicknamed the King of Hollywood? I know Caroline's called the Queen of Hollywood, but who's nicknamed, this is what they would call the golden area of movies in the Hollywood. Which Hollywood movie star was nicknamed the King of Hollywood? Number 3. Hemophobia is a fear of what? Hemophobia is a fear of what? Number 4, we Bible one this morning. In the Bible, how does Judas signal Jesus' identity to the Roman officials? How does Judas signal Jesus' identity to the Roman officials? What does he do to point them out? Number 5, music one. Which pop song did the Labour government use for their 1997 election tune? Which pop song did the Labour government use for their 1997 election tune? You all know this tune. Okay, number 6. Which film had the song in it called Springtime for Hitler? Which film had the song Springtime for Hitler? Oh, there's it on again. Number 7. What type of clothing is a Glengarry? What type of clothing is a Glengarry? And number 8, I'm sure you've seen this every time you're passing it. Tesco's. How many blue lines are underneath the red Tesco sign? Little wee blue stripy things. How many blue lines are underneath the red Tesco sign? Oh, look at that. Coming down heavy. Okay. So usual, pause it and re-pause it soon, or write your answers, check them, or rewind it and go over anything. I'll give you the answers. Okay, a couple of seconds. Right, number 1. The first moon landing with Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Who was the third astronaut? Was Michael Collins. Which Hollywood movie star was nicknamed the King of Hollywood? It was Clark Gable. Number 3. Hemophobia is a fear of blood. In the Bible, how does Judas signal Jesus' identity to the Roman officials? He kisses him. 5. Which pop song did the Labour government use for their 1997 election tune? It was Dee Ream's Things Can Only Get Better. And which film had the song Springtime for Hitler? It was a Mel Brooks, The Producers. And what type of clothing is a Glengarry for number 7? It's a hat. And how many blue lines are underneath the red Tesco sign? There are 5, one underneath each letter of Tesco. Okay, round 2. Get them scores added up. We're going to round 2, which is it's a general one. Some tough ones in this. So if you've got over 24, you're going well this week. Okay, now TV. Which TV series was there a character with an alias name known as Heisenberg? Which TV series was there a character with an alias known as Heisenberg? And a good series it is. I'm watching it again for the second time. I think I'm on my last series now. Near halfway through it again. Right, 2. Fred Perry was a tennis player, but he also played another sport. What was it? Fred Perry was a tennis player, but he also played another sport. What was the other sport? Okay. Reaching number 1 in a few countries, but only number 38 in the UK. What was the hit song from the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid? Okay, reaching number 1 in a few countries around the world, but only number 38 in the UK. What was the hit song from the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid? Number 4. In the film Psycho, what was Norman Bates' hobby? In the film Psycho, what was Norman Bates' hobby? And number 5. Which actor played the Godfather in the film? Who was the actual Godfather? Which actor played the Godfather in the film The Godfather? And number 6. What did Crick and Watson discover in 1953? What did Crick and Watson discover in 1953? And number 7. Which singer who died aged 27 sang about a Mercedes-Benz? Which singer who died in 1953, which singer who died aged 27 sang about a Mercedes-Benz? And your last one in this round. Which European country has not fought a war since 1814? Which European country has not fought a war since 1814? Okay, pause it, add up your scores and count them up here. See how you're going. Should have brought a cup of tea out of me. Number 1. Which TV series was there a character with an alias known as Heisenberg? Breaking Bad. Was Walter White give himself the name Heisenberg? Number 2. Fred Perry was a tennis player, but he also played another sport. What was it? He played table tennis. He was a champion at table tennis as well. Reaching number 1 in a few countries, but only number 38 in the UK. What was the hit song from the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid? It was Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, B.J. Thomas. In the film Psycho, what was Norman Bates' hobby? He was a taxidermy. He stuffed the animals. He was a taxidermist. Number 5. Which actor played the Godfather in the film? It was Marlon Brando. And what did Crick and Watson discover in 1953? DNA. It was a structure of DNA. So if you say DNA, you get a point. Number 7. Which singer who died in age 27 sang about a Mercedes-Benz? It was Janis Joplin. And the last one in round 2. Which European country has not fought a war since 1814? It's not Switzerland, it was Sweden. Sweden. Right, count them up. And we're going to move on to everybody's favourite, the music round. The music round. Some good ones here. Right. According to the song, who jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge? According to the song, who jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge? And number 2. Twinkle had a hit. I think she was on hit wonder. Twinkle had a hit about her boyfriend who died in a motorcycle crash. What was the name of this song? It was also the name of him, the guy that crashed. I had to check this out because it said 3 times, but it's only twice. Who is the only guy to appear on Top of the Pops as a lead singer with 2 different groups on the same episode? He's done this 4 times. Now, originally it said 3 times, but after going in and investigating it, it was only twice. I think he said to somebody on a thing it was 3 times, but it was only twice. Who's the only guy to appear on Top of the Pops as a lead singer with 2 different groups on the same episode? But it was done on 4 different occasions by the same guy. He appeared twice with 2 different groups as a lead singer, 4 times. Who was he? You don't need to tell me the groups, but just who was he? Some good hits. He was actually in a couple of groups in the 60s as well, but we're only talking 70s here. Number 4. Whose hit in 1978 was called Too Much, Too Little, Too Late? It was a duet by Johnny Mathis and who else? Okay, whose hit in 1978 was called Too Much, Too Little, Too Late? It was a duet by Johnny Mathis and who else? Right, number 6. According to the Stranglers, No More Heroes, what did an ice pick do to Trotsky's ears? According to the Stranglers, No More Heroes, what did an ice pick do to Trotsky's ears? Okay, number 7. Joan Jett had a big hit with I Love Rock and Roll in 1981. Who was her backing group? Well, there's a wee bonus one here, but you don't get a point for it. There's one for you here. Joan Jett also released a Gary Glitter song as well. What was that song? You don't get a point for that, but that's just a wee bonus there for you, if you know that one. Right, number 8, last one in the music round. He had a big hit in 1988 with Nothing's Gonna Change My Love For You. Who was he? He's 51 now, and he was born, I think he was born in Hawaii. What was his name? You all know the song. Right, pause it and go back and check a couple of them ones and write their scores down and see if you're on your way to your over 24 score. Okay, here's the answers. According to the song, who jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge? It was Billy Joe McAllister. Ode to Billy Joe. Bobby Gentry. 2. Twinkle had a hit about her boyfriend who died in a motorbike crash. Name the song. It was Terry. The song was called Terry. Number 3. Who is the only guy to appear on Top of the Pops as lead singer with 2 different groups on the same episode, and he's done this 4 times? Tony Burrows. It was Tony Burrows. He was lead singer at Edison Lighthouse, Love Grows Where My Rosemary Grows. White Plains. He fronted White Plains, My Baby Loves Lovin'. He was on he was lead singer of Pipkins, Gimme That Ding, a wee funny one, Gimme That Ding. He was in First Class as well with Beach Baby. And he was in Brotherhood of Man for a while with United We Stand. And he was in the Flower Pot Men in the Ivy League as well back in the 60s. So he's been around. Tony Burrows, he's had a few hits. Whose hit in 78 was called Too Much, Too Little, Too Late? Duet by Johnny Mathis and Denise Williams. According to the Stranglers, No More Heroes, what did an ice pick do to Trotsky's ears? He got an ice pick that made his ears burn. It made his ears burn. And Joan Jett had a big hit with I Love Rock and Roll in 1981. What was her backing group called? It was Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. And your wee bonus, if anybody got a chat, I hit with a Gary Glitter record as well. It was Do You Wanna Touch? She released that as well. Who had a big hit in 1988 with Nothing's Gonna Change My Love For You? He was Glenn Medeiros. Glenn Medeiros. Okay, count them up. We're going to move on to round 4. We're about 15 minutes. Wee bit of mixture here. Okay, number 1. Which theme tune is associated with the Harlem Globetrotters? Which theme tune is associated with the Harlem Globetrotters? And number 2, the CNA. Everybody's been in the CNA at some stage. It was created by 2 brothers, CNA, Clemens and August. You called them Clemens and August, or August, whatever how you spell their first name. But what country did they set it up in? What country was it first set up their first CNA in? What country did the first CNA start up with? Number 3. What colour is a swan Odell in the ballad Swan Lake? Okay, you have a choice of 2 really, haven't you? Which colour is a swan Odell in the ballad Swan Lake? Number 4. I'm sure you've seen this in the news lately. Now, there's no animal in this song, in the title of this guy's name. There's no animal in it. I'm not looking for the animal name. Joseph Allen Maldonado Passage, who kept big cats, lions and tigers. How's he better known? Okay, Joseph Allen Maldonado Passage, who kept big cats, lions and tigers and all. How's he better known? There's no animal in their name. I'm not looking for Tiger King. So what was his name? What was the name I'm looking for? Here's one I didn't know. I seen it when I was Googling stuff the other day. What is Kim Kardashian's middle name? I think Caroline will know this. What is Kim Kardashian's middle name? And number 6. What was the decade that the British invasion, that's the groups, hit the USA? What was the decade that the British invasion of the groups hit the USA? They call it the British invasion. What decade? Number 7, HMV, the store, no, the record store, HMV has Master's voice. What was the name of the dog used in the original advertising? You see the wee dog beside the microphone? HMV, what was the dog's name? And number 8, Hello Kitty, the cartoon character. You see them in wee bags and wee girls' t-shirts and all. Hello Kitty. And it's a cartoon character. Which country did Hello Kitty come from? Where's the origin of Hello Kitty? Where's she come from? Which country was that made in? Okay, so pause it or go with them again, and I'm going to give you the answers out, and then we're going to move on to the final round. Which theme tune is associated with the Harlem Globetrotters? It's Sweet Georgia Brown. The shop CNA was created by 2 brothers, August and Clement. What country did the first CNA? Where were they from? It was the Netherlands, Holland, over in the Netherlands. What colour is a swan Odell in the Bally Swan Lake? Odell was black. Joseph Allen Maldonado Passage, who kept big cats and lions and tigers. How's he better known? Joe Exotic. Number 5, what's Kim Kardashian's middle name? Noel. What was it, that kid that the British invasion groups hit the USA? It was the 60s invasion. British invasion. HMV has Master's voice. What was the name of the dog used in the original advertising? He was Nipper. Number 8, Hello Kitty, the cartoon character. From which country did you come from? Japan. Okay, all them scores up. Hope you are in the early 20s and you'll have a good chance of passing the 25 barrier here. We're going to go into the last round, and it's a wee bit of mixture. Right, George and Mildred was a TV show back in the 70s, but what was their surname? What was George and Mildred's surname? Okay, you said Joyce and Brian Murphy acted it. You said Joyce has died now there a while back, but Brian Murphy's still going. So what was her surname? Okay, number 2. What colour appears most on the titles of Neil Diamond's songs? Okay, think of the colours. Which colour does he mostly sing about in his hit songs? Here's a tricky one for you. Smokey had 3 songs that mentions a girl in the title of the title. So Smokey had 3 songs that mentions a girl in the title. There's Living Next Door to Alice. Oh Carol. What was the third one that mentions a girl? Okay, Smokey had 3 songs that mentions a girl in the title. Living Next Door to Alice. Oh Carol. What was the third one they had? Number 4. Where would you find the Po? What country would you find the River Po? Okay. Which country is the River Po in? P-O. And number 5. Which park would you have found Yogi Bear in? Which park would you have found Yogi Bear in? And this one's a bit controversial here because it's not what everybody gets, because when I was just confirming it, I came across something else that says it's not. But everybody in the quiz, usually the quiz world, takes this as the answer, even though it's not now. Which TV programme in the USA was the first interracial kiss shown? So which TV programme in the USA was the first? Well, in the USA, I suppose it would be right. If it's in the USA, it is right. So which TV programme in the USA was the first interracial kiss shown? There was one that was in 68, but this happened in 62, apparently, in the UK, in a play called You in Your Small Corner, which is probably the world's first, but in the USA we're talking about. So which TV programme in the USA was the first interracial kiss shown? Just want to know the name of the programme, the series. 7. How's a literary character and film character Patrick Bateman better known? How's a literary character and film character Patrick Bateman better known? And the last one this round. Which actor appeared in Paul Simon's music video You Can Call Me Al? Okay, so which actor appeared in the Paul Simon's music video You Can Call Me Al? Or just no off. Hey, pause it, add up your score and see if you can get past 24, 25 this week. Let me know. Number 1. George and Mildred was a TV show back in the 70s, but what was their surname? George and Mildred. It was Roper, the Ropers. Number 2. Which colour appears most on the title of Neil Diamond's songs? Well, you've heard of Red, Red Wine, and you've heard of Red, No More Reds. It was blue. The answer was blue. Smokey had 3 songs that mentions a girl in the title. Living Next Door to Alice. Oh Carl. Then just get the third one. It was Mexican Girl. Mexican Girl. Number 4. Where would you find the Po? What country is the River Po in? The River Po's in Italy. Number 5. Which park would you have found Yogi Bear in? Jellystone, not Yellowstone. Jellystone. And which TV programme in the USA was the first interracial kiss shown in 1968? It was an episode called Plato's Stepchildren. It was Star Trek, Captain Kirk and Lieutenant Uhura. Right. 7. How's a literary character and film character Patrick Bateman better known as American Psycho? I don't know if you've seen the film American Psycho. And number 8. Which actor appeared in Paul Simon's music video You Can Call Me Al? It was Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase. Okay, I hope you all got past the 24 or 25. With some tough ones there, so good luck and let me know how you guys get on. See you again next week. Well done.